Welcome to Part 2, Lesson 2, using interactive websites and gamification to enhance a current electricity unit. I have been teaching an electricity unit that I feel just does not get across to the majority of my students. I have incorporated hands-on labs with light bulbs, batteries, and wires, but in the end it seems that the key points I'm trying to get across to the students just aren't sinking in. It is very hard to teach this abstract idea to 8th grade students in a way that meets the state standards. This is not to mention the fact that due to the lack of understanding, students oftentimes miswire circuits and oftentimes blow a fuse or overload the light bulb and fry the filaments. With an ever-decreasing science budget, this is an issue. I feel that with the use of interactive websites and some gamification, it could enhance this unit so students are more interested and apt to learn the given material. I would teach it as a hybrid unit with technology spread throughout depending on the daily topic and where it fits into the unit. I will enhance this unit with the interactive website by first allowing students to discover what works and what does not with a circuit builder simulation, which we're going to look at in a little bit. When they have mastered the interactive website, they will then be put to the test in a real-world simulation or situation where they must build a given either series or parallel circuits that they should already know by using these interactive websites. Also included in these interactive websites are topics that deal with Ohm's law as well as resistance in a wire that fit perfectly into my current unit. This website that they will be using is below. The great thing about this site is that all of the links are in one place. If there are students who excel at a unit, they have the option of doing some more of the more advanced interactive units as well as some gamification links that are provided on the given units. A brief description before we actually go and look at the site. I will be using the above website to enhance my electricity unit with the interactive simulations as well as some games that are provided. I'm hoping this will increase engagement among the students as well as make a very abstract unit become more relatable for the students to want to understand the given topics. I believe that the engagement they receive from the simulations as well as the entertainment from the given games will make this topic more relatable to my students as well as their comprehension of the topic. I will eliminate much of the repetitive paper and class time work in order to fit the time constraints. The online simulation should also cut down on blown fuses in the classroom as well as burnout filaments. So at this time, we're going to take a quick look at the website. I've listed a few of the options that I will be incorporating in my unit. The biggest one will be the circuit construction. Then there's also a generator, an Ohm's law, and a resistance and a wire simulation. And some of the games that they have is Electric Field Hockey, Electric Field of Dreams, and Jontram Voltage. So let's go check out this site and then we'll get to the rest of the presentation. The first one I'm going to be showing you is circuit construction. They also do have some lessons and stuff for teachers, but you have to sign up to the website. So basically they have a little tutorial. They're telling you to grab a wire to get started. Basically, it's just a drag and drop. Kids can play around, figure out how things work, hook it up to a battery. One of the cool things that I did notice when you start using this online simulation is you can change the voltage. So you can see that it gets brighter or not as bright. You can split the junctions up, add resistors in. They even have an ammeter that you can add into there if you would like. Just play around a little bit more for you guys and let you see what it's all about. It'll show you how many amps are going through it, the resistance. You can also change the resistance if you want to. Ooh, looks like it stopped working for me. Give me 1 second. I'll just load it back up again. basically the thing that I was wanting to show here is even if you miswire something, it tells you when it can't work, how to split the junctions, how to get them going again. You could hook up more than one light bulb, which is one of the main things that we are going to be doing in this, is basically building parallel and series circuits and show lights go dimmer or they can get brighter if you add some more voltage to it. Basically just play around to make sure that they know what they're doing before they actually get to the real class building of these circuits. Also for the resistance unit, they have pieces of pencil lead you could add in, so I could remove this, and instead of a wire it shows that you have a pencil. It slows down the speed at which the electrons are moving. So that's just one of the online simulations that they'll be able to use. One of the games that I was going to show, electric field hockey. Basically just showing the positive and negatives attract. The whole goal is to get it into the goal. Make it harder if you want. Makes it so you can show the electric field depending on how it's going to react to these protons and neutrons, and the whole goal is to get it back into there. So yeah, those are just two of them. If we go back to the website here for the interactive simulations, they have over 200 million simulations you can use. Basically any class over here, which we'll talk about later too. Ohm's law, John's voltage, just all the other different constructions that you can do. So yeah, these are the online simulations that I plan on integrating into my lesson. So the only technology that's needed is a computer that can run Adobe and Flash Player. Since this is a more abstract idea for this age, it is important to make sure that they understand the content before moving on. This is a middle school topic, so the basic concepts are going to be taught. The teacher should also spend ample time on the interactive websites and games in order to be able to troubleshoot any complications that they should come up when students are using these websites. The prior skills of students. This is the first time students are being introduced to electricity and the laws associated with them. There's a basic math requirement in order to understand some of the relationships, like Ohm's law, but these skills should be attained by 8th grade. The students will have to have a basic understanding of how to use a computer, which in my experience they can easily handle, as well as the interactive websites and games that are provided. So what the students are asked exactly to do. During this unit, there will be expectations that are to be met at each stage of the unit. In order for students to actually get something out of the unit, this is a must. It is hard to set expectations and check that each student has met the criteria while using interactive websites. I have in the past found a way to figure out how to basically make it so they are accountable. Basically, I have students use a screen capture tool when they have completed a specific task and create a Word document that they will share with me at the end of the lesson. In reference to the technology being integrated and the interactive resources, specific tasks will be given that they must accomplish, such as building a working series circuit with 3 light bulbs or a parallel circuit with 2 light bulbs, and then take a screenshot and create the Word document. The main goal of the student is to see what does and doesn't work and why. The really good thing about this interactive simulation is it shows the current actually moving through the wire, so they actually get a concept of why things are working. The games portion will be a reward system for students who finish the given task early. I can use this time to help students who are not quite getting any of the given topics. So what are the procedures for the project? In order to truly reach the full potential of these simulations, a strong base must be set for students first. Basic knowledge of these topics and elements of the unit must first be laid down before setting the students free on the computer simulations. There, of course, will be specific instructions and tasks that must be completed. I'll personally run them through a few of the simulations so they can see how to properly use these simulations. The honest truth is, many of these simulations and online resources are straightforward enough for an 8th grade student to manage on their own. I also have already shown them how to take screenshots in order to show me that they have completed the tasks that I have given them. Some of the advantages of this project. Was typically a hands-on unit for me, with many students walking away with little comprehension of the abstract idea. With the implementation of this simulation in games, I feel that a better understanding for this abstract idea are going to be attained. I also know that with the use of these simulations, a deeper understanding for the topics will also be attained. This resource allows for more advanced students also to take advantage of some other complex simulations. Also, these simulations allow for students to have a better understanding of the topic before creating the real circuits in the class, hopefully with less filaments getting burnt out. The disadvantages is if this unit is not sequenced out correctly, it could cause more confusion to an already abstract idea. In order to give time sufficient enough for students to use these simulations, a lot of class time must be given up. In order to make sure that time is not wasted by students, the strict and consistent expectations must be given. The types of effective instructional strategies that are included. Modeling is a very important aspect of making the technology work for this unit. I also feel that the strict expectations and guidelines are also what will make or break this unit, and the tutorials will also be given when teaching the basics of circuits and electricity before the simulations will be used by students. Possibilities of the innovation being transferred to other teacher subjects content in different school settings. There are endless online simulations that can benefit students, as we saw before. They said there was over 200, I believe, just on that site. The hard part is holding them accountable for the work that is to be done, as well as properly showing them how to use these tools. The potential for these online simulations are endless. It is up to the teacher how to implement them, but holding them accountable is a must. And documenting progress of your students can be easy if you show them how, and other teachers how. I hope you all enjoyed. We just got one more class to go and we're all done with our masters. Thank you for your time and thank you for your comments.